Okay, hi guys. I think I'm live now. Good evening to everyone. If you can see me and if you can hear me, please do message in the chat below that everything is good, the audio, video, everything is good. And then we will take it forward from there. Please do like the stream, guys. I want to get to at least 100 likes before the stream ends. Because whenever we are streaming, if we see 100 likes, it means that people are finding our streams useful. And that will incentivize us to do these kind of streams more often. Today we'll be looking at, hi Vikas, how are you? I feel very good when I see people who come to our stream regularly again join the stream. So very nice to see you. I hope that your CAT preparation is going well. Please like the stream. So today we'll be looking at some of the mistakes that people make, especially people who have not taken CAT before. This will include either freshers or this will also include people who have maybe given CAT once or twice but are their attempts were not serious. So one of the first mistakes that people make is that they focus a lot on or they practice a lot in the section that they're very comfortable with. So suppose somebody is already good at quant, and if they're spending a lot of time on quant, the amount of advantage that they get will not be as high as they say they focus on their area of weakness. But unfortunately, this is something that many students actually make. They're very comfortable with quant and then they spend a lot of time solving questions because they enjoy solving these questions. They also get that positive reinforcement when they solve a question correct. But I would tell you that that is not a very smart thing to do. The lowest hanging fruit that you have is the section that you're actually not very good at. Imagine this for you to understand. Suppose by taking, suppose you take the examination right now and your score in quant would be say around 20 to 25. And your score in verbal would be say in single digits, it is say 7 or 8. That is, you are quite decent in quant, but you are not very strong in verbal. Now, if you put in some effort, if you put in 100 hours of effort, that is every single day if you are studying 4 hours, and if you do this for 25 hours, your score in verbal will definitely improve from 7 and it is going to reach around 20 to 25. But your score in quant from 20 to 25, even if you put in 100 hours of effort, it will not become very high. Instead of 20, you will probably be getting 25. That is, the improvement will only be 5 marks. But in verbal, where you are not scoring very well, because the base is so low, if you put in some effort, the chance of increase or the opportunity is much higher. So from 7, you can easily increase your score by 10 to 15 marks by putting sustained effort. So it is also strategic and also smart to focus on your area of weakness, because that is where the maximum scoring or the maximum improvement can happen. This is one of the first mistakes that people make. I'll be discussing some of the other mistakes that people make. So if you have just joined us, please do like the stream. And if you have any doubts or any queries, any questions with respect to CAT, please do let us know. Saksham Verma is saying, hi sir, good evening. Hi Saksham, how are you? Good evening to you. Darshit Shah is saying, is Cracku concept videos, daily target mocks and previous year's questions enough for CAT? I think that is more than enough. We are providing very good material. And if you can make the best use of our material, that is more than sufficient. You don't have to look at any other source. I would just recommend you to focus also on answering questions. That is actually coming to my second mistake that people make. The second mistake that people make is they watch a lot of videos, but they don't answer questions. This I think is not a very smart thing to do. You have to watch videos and you also have to attempt questions on your own. So both of the things have to go hand in hand, because watching videos will make you understand the concept. But for you to gain the confidence, for you to understand how to apply the concept, you will have to actually start answering the questions. So that is something that many people actually don't do. Arunodaya Bhattacharya is saying, sir, I have been solving the batch schedule regularly, but I'm forgetting concept after some time. What can I do to change this? The only thing you can do is, if you're watching a video now and if you're learning a concept for the first time, you will take maybe a couple of hours to learn it. But if you revise, the second time you revise, you will understand the concept within an hour. And the third time you revise, you'll understand it in 30 minutes. So the problem is not that you're forgetting things. You should also revise. But know that when you're revising, you will understand the concept first better, second even faster. So it becomes more and more efficient with time. We also have revision videos. So after every concept is completed, after a bunch of concepts are completed, we have the revision videos. Ensure that you are watching the revision videos also very regularly. Athia is saying, please tell us the important topics in DILR. When we are discussing the important topics in DILR, I would recommend somebody who has just started preparing for CAT to go through the previous papers of CAT. Then they will get a good understanding of what are the kinds of LRDs that will be asked. If you're looking at the LRDIs of say CAT 2020, CAT 2021, CAT 2022, if you're looking at the LRDIs that are asked, you will get a good sense. One of the most important topics in DLR is arrangements or puzzles or Einstein's puzzles. These kind of LRDI sets typically involve a bunch of people who have different attributes. The attributes will be the color of the shirt that they're wearing, or the car that they're driving, or the course that they are studying. And you're given a list of clues. You're told that the person who has a blue car is wearing a red colored shirt. And then you have to figure out, you'll be given 5-6 clues like this, and you have to figure out which person is wearing which color shirt, which car is he driving, and what is the course that they're sharing, or what is the sport that they're playing. These kind of sets are arrangement kind of a set. These are very often asked in CAT. Other types of sets which are again sometimes asked is a Venn diagram set which involves 4 parameters. A Venn diagram set typically would be something like there are 100 families in a society, and all of them get at least 1 newspaper. Some families get 2 newspapers, some families get 3 newspapers, some families get all the 4 newspapers. And you're given a list of clues. You have to figure out what is the overlap between 2 newspapers. This is something like a Venn diagram set. Then you can be asked sets which involves scheduling. Scheduling is something like, okay, all of them have gone to a restaurant, or all of them have gone to a doctor's appointment, and the person who has come first has gone out last. This actually works very well in a restaurant. You can say that there are 4 tables, and there are say 10 people who are waiting to get a table, and the group which has gone to the first table has left the restaurant on the 7th, after 7th or something like that, and you have to figure out which person has gotten seating in which seat out of the 4 tables, what is the order in which they came, what is the order in which they left. This would basically involve scheduling. These kind of questions are often asked, so let me know if you have any other doubts. Vikas Gangwar is saying, sir, the preparation is going well, but I was not able to attempt any sectional or mock in the previous month due to my degree final. I've been solving daily targets regularly. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think that is one of the big advantages that you have when you're solving daily targets regularly. The advantage that you have is that you are at least in touch with the examination. You are in touch with the syllabus. So having that touch on a consistent basis, on a daily basis, is very, very important. Because if you leave preparation for a few days, for you to actually get back that momentum is very difficult. It will take a lot of time. Even if you are solving daily targets, that is, if you are spending say 30 to 40 minutes every day, that itself is okay. You need not complete the batch syllabus every day. You need not put in a lot of effort every single day. But daily target is basically the smallest work that I would expect somebody who is preparing seriously for CAT to do on a day-to-day basis. Darshit is saying, for beginner score, what is the score that is good in mock? I don't look at good score and bad scores. I look at the path, the trend. That is, if you have taken your first mock and if you have scored 25, that is okay. But then after 3 mocks, on the 4th mock, then you should be ideally scoring from 25. You should see an improvement where you start scoring say 35. And after taking another 5-6 mocks, from 35 you should start scoring 45. That is basically what I look at, the trend. Sometimes you'll go up, sometimes you'll go down, but overall the trend should be on the higher side. That is what is important. That means that you are preparing well. Sir, what is the minimum percentile to get into IIM? We actually have a very nice, very accurate tool which is called CAT percentile required to get into an IIM. So go through it. The link to use it is given in the description of this video. It will also be posted in the chat. So go through it. Once you click on it, you have to enter your profile details. That is, you have to enter how much you scored in 10th, how much you scored in 12th, what is your undergraduation score. And once you get this, you enter and you click and submit. Then you'll get the percentile that is needed for each of the IIMs. We have gone through the admission criteria for the different IIMs. All the admission criteria for the IIMs are different, but we have gone through each one of them to figure out what is the weightage that they give for each of these parameters of your profile. And we are going to give you the percentile that is needed. It is a fairly accurate tool and I would recommend you to use it. Plunged is saying, hello sir, I've been preparing for the last 3 months, but for some reason I'm unable to score more than 6 to 7 questions in mock in quant. I think that is fine, don't worry about it. What is required is, like I said in the earlier question, the profile, the improvement of your trend. So if you are scoring 6 to 7 questions in quant, try to see if this is because of exam pressure. Because if you are answering only 6 to 7 questions, And if you are not able to look at any of the other questions, if all of your time is spent in answering these 6 to 7 questions, then I think the way you are selecting these 6 to 7 questions itself is not correct. Because in an ideal scenario, you should at least get a glance of all the 22 questions that will be there, and you should be able to identify what are the easy questions, what are the difficult questions. And if you get some questions wrong, that is fine. If you are attempting questions, if you're attempting say 13, 14 questions, of which say 4, 5 are wrong, and you're getting 8 to 9 questions correct, that I think is fine. But if you're just attempting 6 to 7 questions, then I think the way you're picking the questions or the amount of time that you're spending on these questions, I think is definitely not correct. So you have to change your mock taking strategy. Sir, LRDI section in Dashcat 5 was tough, how to improve? One of the first things I would recommend you to do is download the previous papers, CAT previous papers. You can download the CAT previous papers on our website completely for free. So go to Google and just Google search Cracku CAT previous papers. You go to our previous papers page, you download all the PDFs and you start attempting the LRDIs. That is the first step that you can do to improve in LRDI. The second thing is start answering the daily targets very regularly. If you don't get time to answer quant, LRDI and verbal, at least answer the daily targets of LRDI very consistently. It will help you quite a lot. Sir, best way to boost quant marks as I got 98 percentile in CAT 2022. If you have got a 98 percentile in CAT 2022, I'm assuming that is in quant. What I would recommend you to do is answer as many questions as you can. 98% would ensure that at least it would imply that your foundation is pretty strong. You don't need to work a lot on the concepts, although brushing up concepts once in a while is not a bad idea. But it is very important that you focus your energy on answering as many questions as you can. Because once you answer more questions, you get faster and you also will be able to figure out what is the best way to answer a question. So for example, in quant, when I look at a question, immediately in the first 5 to 10 seconds, I understand the first step. I know exactly how to approach answering that question. That I get it because I have solved so many questions. Now, if you want to improve your quant percentile from 98 to 100, that is the strategy that I would recommend you to use, which is solving as many questions as you can. Then when you look at the questions, you'll start getting this intuitive feeling of how to answer it. Guys, please do like the stream. We have more than 50 people who are watching this stream live. So please do like it so that we can get to at least 100 likes before the stream ends. Anupam is saying, does negative marks impact percentile? Negative marks don't impact your percentile at all. So don't worry about it. For LRDI, do we have to focus on wide variety of question types or keep practicing the standard types with previous year's question papers? For LRDI, the strategy is very simple. LRDI, it is expected that you will have 4 sets. Out of the 4 sets, if you get 2 sets correct, it is a fantastic paper. This is how I look at it. The scoring section is not going to be LRDI. The scoring section mostly will be quant or verbal. LRDI is basically a section which you should avoid getting destroyed. Basically, you don't want a section to be to go very badly. At least that is how I approach LRDI. Now, if you do better than that, if you attempt 3 sets, then that is fantastic. But at least the minimum that you should look at when you are attempting LRDI is that I should get at least 1 set correct or 2 sets correct. Now, if you're looking at 1 set or 2 sets correct, out of the 4 sets in LRDI, there will be at least 1 or 2 sets which are the standard type. Those sets you should definitely get correct. That is my strategy. Where if it is a completely new set, a set which I have never solved before, that is a set I would not attempt first. I would come to it later to see if it is an easy set. But the first sets that I tackle are the standard sets. Those sets I definitely want to get correct. What are the standard kind of sets? The standard kind of sets, like I mentioned earlier, are the arrangement set, are the Venn diagram set, some of the graphs, the data interpretation sets, the bar charts, pie charts. These are the standard sets which I know that if I spend time, I'm going to get it correct. And if I get the standard sets correct, then at least my LRDI section will not be a disaster. That is basically how I look at it. Now, with that strategy, with that aspect in mind, the strategy should be to answer as many questions as you can from previous papers. Because then if a standard set comes in LRDI in the examination, you will get it correct. Now, if you are attempting wide variety of sets, that also is good. But the base has to be the previous year's papers. Those again are the low hanging fruits. Those standard sets you should get correct in the examination. Darshit is saying, why did I score poorly in DLR in CAT 2022? What situations you had come across? See, I'm telling you, when I'm taking the examination, when I'm taking the set, DLR is tough. Why is DLR tough? As compared to, I don't put a lot of hopes of doing very well in DLR. This is basically what I always say. I keep a lot of hopes of doing well in quant. I want to do well in verbal. Both these things on some level I feel are in my control. DLR I think is not in my control. There are a lot of things that can go wrong in DLR. The reason for that is very simple. On the day of the examination, you have to imagine yourself being stressed out. You will be nervous. When you are reading a set, you will have nerves. And if in DLR, if there is one sentence that you misread, if there is one set or in a set, if you are reading one question, one line and you interpreted it in a different way, if you don't see one word, if there is a word which says that, okay, there are 10 people only, or if you miss out on only, or if there is a Venn diagram set where you are told that there are 10 people who have who play tennis and say cricket out of say 3 sports. Now the way you interpreted it is they play only tennis and cricket and they don't play football. But what the question setter actually mentioned was that they play tennis and football. That is one, and there is also another aspect where they play tennis, football and say cricket. But you basically misinterpreted something which is very standard. Now because of that one misinterpretation, you would waste a lot of time. And when you are solving the set, until you solve the set till the end, you would not know that you have misinterpreted a particular line. And even once you figure out that there is a line which is misinterpreted, you don't really understand which one, where you went wrong. So there is a lot of chance for you to actually fall into a time sink. That happens quite a lot in DLR. It happens to me also. Now, once that happens and once I know that it happens, you have to be careful. How can you be careful? I am very careful basically by putting a very strict cutoff on the time that I spend on a particular set. If after 7-8 minutes, if I feel that the set is very long, then I don't consider the 7-8 minutes that I wasted. I tell myself to be ruthless, be devoid of these kind of emotions, and then say that I'm going to tackle the next set. I'll try to get the next set correct, and then I'll probably come back to the first set and then try to see if I can make any headway in 2-3 minutes. The reason for that also is because I feel subconsciously, even if I'm working on a different set, even if I'm solving that set, something in my mind will think about the first set. And once I read the set the second time, many times I'm able to get to the answer faster. So these are probably superstitions, but this is basically how I look at it. This is how I look at DLR, and there are many chances for me to go wrong, which is the case for any aspirant, any person who is attempting the examination. There are only 4 sets, and even a small mistake will ensure that you waste a lot of time. You will not even figure out that you are making a mistake until you come to the solution, until you start looking at the questions and you don't see any options which are matching. So that is not the case in quant, for example. In quant, if you make a silly mistake, if for some reason you felt that, okay, 2 into 2 is say 8, it can happen. No? You instead of 2 square, you wrote 2 cube. Then you are only going to lose out one question. You still have 21 questions. You will mark a wrong question and you will go to the next one. You won't realize that you made a mistake, but you will only lose one question. In DLR, you'll first lose one question because that information is needed to actually solve the set. Many times you will not be able to solve the set, and then you are wondering why you are not able to solve the set. Even if you solve the set, you will get a wrong answer, and then if you go to the options, then you can figure out that, okay, I made a mistake. If it is a theta set, then you are done. You will answer a wrong question, keep thinking that you got it correct, and then you will finish the 4 questions, you will get all the 4 questions wrong. So you can imagine how difficult it is in DLR. Okay guys, please do like the stream. We have only 40 people who are watching the stream. I would want some more people to join us, so please do like the stream, guys. Shivansh Bajpayee is saying how to avoid looking at the timer while solving VARC section. I would recommend you to not avoid looking at the timer. It is very important that you look at the timer and you figure out how many minutes are left. That is a very key aspect, time management, in all the sections, quant, DLR and verbal. If you are getting nervous, then you will have to manage your nerves. You should have that information of how much time is left. That is an important information. You should not shut out any information. You keep that information, but also keep your nerves under control. That you can practice. Tejaditya Nachketa is saying, sir, is solving same questions multiple times good? That is not bad. Solving same questions multiple times is not a bad idea. You can solve the same questions 2 times. There is nothing wrong with that. You will at least understand the concepts better. What are the formulas that are used? So don't worry about it. Don't solve the same question say 5-6 times. That makes no sense. But solving the same question 2 times, especially from previous year's papers, is not a bad idea at all. So if you have solved CAT 2022 once, and you come back to solve it again 1 month later. That I think is a good idea. You can do that. Vikas Gangwar is saying, also as per your and Sally ma'am's advice, I've been attempting GMAT daily targets also, and they've helped me a lot. Thanks for it. So as many of you know, Cracku also has a GMAT course. It is called gmatpoint.com. There we are offering daily GMAT daily targets. They're completely for free. So anybody who is attempting Cracku daily targets and anybody who is finding them useful, I would recommend them to even check out the GMAT daily targets. There is a lot of overlap between CAT and GMAT, and those GMAT daily targets also will help you quite a lot. Pushkraj Pagar is saying, sir, when will Cracku launch Snap 2023 course? Please don't launch at the 11th hour. There is good news for you. We'll be launching our Snap course for 2023, maybe in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Definitely before the end of July, we'll be launching our Snap course. So you should definitely check it out. Kishan Kumar is saying, sir, is Cracku daily target enough? Cracku daily target, I think, is something that I want you to make it a habit. It is going to help you a lot. Cracku daily targets are taken by thousands of students every single day. Yesterday's the number of Cracku daily targets that were taken was more than 5,000. So out of the 2 lakh people, the number of Cracku daily targets that was taken is 5,000. So you can imagine the number of people who are coming and taking the Cracku daily targets. Many students, thousands of students find Cracku daily targets very, very useful. So I want you to take the daily targets every single day. The reason for that is very simple. If you have that habit of spending 30 minutes, 40 minutes at least every single day, you are very tired. You are going back after office in a bus or in a metro. You are very tired, but use that 30 minutes, 40 minutes to solve an LRDI set, or use that 30, 40 minutes to solve a topic test on quant. That is basically the reason for Cracku daily targets. That is to ensure that there won't be even one single day where you don't prepare for CAT. Having that kind of a discipline ingrained in you is very, very useful. Harsh Vachan is saying, how to totally ace quant sections. To ace quant section totally, and if you want to totally crush it, you have to solve 20 quant questions every single day from now till CAT. If you are able to solve 20 quant questions every single day from now till CAT, you are going to completely crush quants on that day. This is assuming that you are already scoring, say, around 95 percentile plus in quant. If that is the case, and if you are putting in this much effort, on the day of the examination, you are going to crush it. Sukalyan Ghosh is saying, sir, I have failed class 12 maths. Will I be able to get into high quality colleges if my percentile is high? See, I know that your 10th score, your 12th score, your undergraduate score, all these things are important. Now, based on your performances in each of these examinations, 10th, 12th and undergraduation, the percentile that is needed for some of the colleges will be high. But if you score very well in CAT, then nearly all the colleges, I think other than say Bangalore, will be open to you. And what percentile you will require to actually get a call from these top institutes, you can actually find for yourself. Just go to CAT percentile required for IIM, Google search it, you will get a Cracku site. Go there, enter your name, enter your scores, enter your category, enter your gender, enter whether you're an engineer or a non-engineer, and then click on submit. We have gone through the admission criteria for all of these top institutes, and we have prepared this tool. It's a fairly accurate tool which will tell you how much CAT percentile you require to get into IIMs. Jhankar Niyogi is saying, sir, in daily target, I'm not able to cross 9 marks. I've been taking it for 2 months now. I'm a working professional, but I somehow manage at least attempt the daily target. Jhankar, that is a very good thing. Don't worry too much about the marks or how much you're scoring. Keep that habit. Believe in the process. Do it every single day, and your foundation will improve. On the day of the examination, you will feel that you're actually much better, much stronger than before you started attempting these daily targets. Sir, sometimes I don't really understand what the question is trying to say in long arithmetic questions. Please reply to me. That is fine. That is what I was telling you. You don't need to attempt all the questions. You don't need to get all the questions correct. You need to get some questions correct. So if there is a long arithmetic question which you are not getting, leave it. Go to the next question. You don't need to get all the 22 questions correct. If you can get 12 to 13 questions correct in quant, that is a very good attempt. So focus on getting the easy questions correct. That is very important. Sir, till what date should I have completed at least half the quant syllabus, arithmetic and algebra? The earlier the better. But again, having said this, on the day of the examination, nobody feels very confident that they have finished the entire syllabus. That doesn't happen. Everybody will have their own insecurities. Everybody will feel that, okay, probably I could have done more. Probably I should have studied more. Probably I should have taken more marks. All of these things will anyways be there. But try to attempt to finish most of the syllabus, at least one reading, maybe before say August end. Harsh Vachani is asking what resource should I follow to solve those 20 quant questions. I'm already solving Cracku daily targets. Definitely go to the Cracku study room. Cracku study room has a bunch of thousands of very good quant questions, verbal questions and DLR questions. Check out the Cracku study room. Those tests are also taken by hundreds of students every single day. You should definitely, if you have time, Cracku study room is a very good resource for you to practice CAT level questions. Peace is saying, love you, sir. Thanks a lot. Tikipal is saying, sir, daily target is most helpful but unable to see video solution after 10. Tikipal, if you are a premium student, you will be able to use the daily target and you will be getting video solutions for all the questions, all the tests. Video streaming also costs us a lot of money. So we can't give video streaming or the video solutions for free because it is very, very expensive for us. So if you want the video solutions, please do enroll to the Cracku daily targets. A free user can see only 10 video solutions, but a premium student can see the video solutions for all the Cracku daily targets. Again, like I mentioned, video streaming costs us a lot of money, so we can't give it for free to all the students. Hello sir, I'm preparing with 14th batch of Cracku. I have 98.61 percentile in CAT 2022. What extra stuff should I put in to reach 99.9 level? One thing that I can tell you is that anybody that I have met, and I have met hundreds of students who have scored above 99.5. One thing which is common to most of them is that they have taken at least 30 to 40 mocks. So taking a lot of mocks is very, very important, especially if you want to reach 99.7, 99.8 level. Sir, in DLR, I gave 40 minutes to solve a set, but after then also I couldn't, then I see the solution. But it's happening with every set nowadays. I have to see the solution. I don't know how to fix this. Sometimes it happens, Atishay. The reason is because maybe the set was difficult. Who knows? Maybe you are not attempting an easy set. So don't worry about it. Just believe in the process that if you are spending 40 minutes in trying to solve a set, that itself is very useful. That is what you should believe. The reason is this, okay? Suppose there is a very easy set and you have solved it in 5 minutes. And you have solved, say, 5 such very easy sets. Each set has taken you less than, like, say, 6 or 7 minutes. And you have solved 10 such sets. So you have spent 1 hour in solving very easy sets. You learn nothing from it. Other than that, look at the alternative. Suppose you spent half an hour in solving a very difficult set, you are not able to solve it. You spent another half an hour in trying to solve another set, again you didn't solve it. But both of these half an hours you spent trying to understand the set, trying different ways to approach to solve this set. And once you look at the video solution, then you understand where you went wrong. Then you learn a lot more. In that 1 hour where you struggle to solve that set, you will learn a lot more than the 1 hour where you are just solving very easy sets. To take it to an extreme, suppose you spend 1 hour in solving simple multiplication questions. What is 7 into 7, 10 into 7? All of this, say you have solved, say 200 of them in 1 hour. Did you gain anything? Nothing, right? But if you spend that in trying to solve even a difficult LRDA set, that is more useful. So that is what you should believe in. The attempt that you are putting, the effort that you are putting, whether you solve it or not is immaterial. But the effort that you are putting will make you understand LRDA better. Okay guys, I'll answer 2 other questions and after that we'll end the stream today. Please do like the stream, guys. I want to get to at least 50 likes before the stream ends. Venkat Shah is saying, sir, I'm very scared to take mocks. I cannot concentrate. Please provide a tip. You should first take one mock. There is nothing, whatever you get, you should just take that mock. The reason for that is very simple. If you actually perform very poorly, that is very good for you. Why is that the case? Because say you took a mock, you scored only 5 marks. That is fine. You don't need to tell that score to anybody. You know that, okay, you performed very poorly, you got 5 marks. Now the next time that you take, you should tell yourself that whatever might happen, I should get 6 marks. I don't need to get 100 marks. I should get 6 marks because the first time I attempted, I got 5 marks. The second time I should get 6 marks. And with that mindset, if you go to the second mock, I'm sure even if it goes poorly, you will score at least 20 marks. then you feel that okay, mocks is not very difficult. But you'll get that confidence only if you struggle a lot in the first mock. So if you do very poorly in the first mock, that is very good. But if you don't attempt a mock, then that is very bad. So first take a mock tomorrow. Whatever might happen, take one mock tomorrow. Whatever is your score, you have to tell yourself that in the second mock, you have to do better. That is what your mindset should be. Don't worry about the mock of the score of the first mock. Shishir Chobe is saying Cracku is like German public universities, best education and at affordable price. Thanks a lot, Shishir. Many students tell us this, that they've benefited quite a lot from the Cracku premium courses. We get these mails after the results of IIMs come. And those few days when I get these mails after somebody is joining a big institute, many of the students mail us. I feel very satisfied. So on that note, guys, thanks a lot for attending today's stream. Please do like the stream and please do subscribe to our channel.